They made an alteration. You see the bright shiny mullions in the windows? Okay, that came later because they felt the building was a little bit too dark and gloomy. It's sort of a muscular arrangement that could open in 1989 by Willis and Davies. On the next building to the left, it will be easy to spot. It is dressed out in white granite. Dressed out in white granite. This is the United Airlines building. Well, I'm going to have you do right away is look at the very top of the building. And the reason I had you looking at the top is because what it has to offer will be a feature you find in ancient Greek architecture, in that you have low triangular pediments. There are four of them, north, south, east, and west. So that's a feature go back and find in ancient Greek architecture. Now, if you come down from the pediments, you see the building is very reflective. So we refer to this as cathedral glass. Again, it's dressed in white granite, so it's a good neighbor of the building. And if you look at the building, United Airlines, designed by Davies and Stefano, opened in 1992. We say it's a good neighbor because you see a variety of other buildings in the area. United Airlines, 1992, by Davies and Stefano. So those are two of the modern buildings on the tour. I'm going to go back to the 1930s in the west. Here's an old timer. This is called Fulton House to your left, opened in 1908. That was a coal storage facility at one time, so all those windows and doors were not part of the original design. And then we have here four cottages. This is called River Cottages. This is by the architect Davies, 1988.
That's a much
he was an
better
avid
view.
sailor. He liked maritime things, nautical things. So you see the boats, you see the dockage, and see the triangles. See the triangles as in nautical or maritime. 1988 here with Davies. And we'll talk more about him a little bit later in our tour today. All right, now we get to turn, at least temporarily, our attention to the right side, over here to the right. Again, this is a lower bridge, so be careful back there. Now, the building coming up on the right is very long and low, okay? It's called the East Bank Club. Basically, it's an athletic center, okay? Now, here's the theme I want to try to bring across here. The first section of the building is opened in 1979, and then later sections, okay, come into view. But nowhere in terms of the building's design and the really face or address the river. Here's the river, there's the building, but you could say the building looks east toward an important street. Yeah, you see a sidewalk here and trees and planters, but it doesn't.
Say hi. Alright, this is just going to be a quick clip. I don't see any Christmas decorations. Maybe at some places. Select street corners. Maybe I'm sure on Michigan Ave there will be some, unless that's what they're doing today. I don't know.
Oh, that's right, the village tower.
Ah, there it is. Wow.
That one. So again, that's part of the warehouse here of Chicago. And the next building goes back to the days when Montgomery Ward was a very, very important American corporation involved primarily in mailing materials to the mails, and they could sell you almost anything, Montgomery Ward. This is one of their key operations here. It was a large warehouse. In fact, you could back 15 or 20 railroad cars into the building and pack them before you had to have them out, put them on the road. But it's gone through a conversion. It's now residential. Now, does it bend with the river? Well, it sure does. So there we're back to the matter of contextualism. Now, I want you to look up about 75 or 80 feet. If you look up on the side of the building here, you see 5 different coursings of brick. See the traffic, which is not uncommon in this city. I tried to mention that we have 3 buildings designed by the same firm, but for different developers. And so the first building that I referenced was the Twin Towers. That was 1989. The second building, the green building, was opened in 84. So when the 89 development comes along, and then later 2001, the idea is not to offer any designs or any architectural patterns that will interfere with or break down each other's appearance or break down each other's appeal. Principally the building in the middle. So you have to be careful in terms of high-rise architecture in this city or in any major city, so you don't offend other building designs in the immediate area. You want to be a good neighbor. And when you're walking through an area of the community maybe you don't know very well, and you're walking along a curved street, you can never be sure what's around and see the other side. That's sort of an air of mystery about it. So he likes Paris, and this is what he has in mind with the building's design. Although I wouldn't call it Parisian, but this is part of his thinking. By the way, see the windows? Those are called eyebrow windows. They're specially designed 5 feet across. Okay? There are 9 in ranks of 3. 3, 3, and 3, and they're hooked together. So it's a very strong building. It does move a little bit at a half tone or texture, of course, as the Indiana limestone exterior. By the way, see the flags here? See the pylons? And on top of each of the pylons, you see a series of busts. It would be like a Philine or...
Also, and here is Sebastian with his
famous pizza.
yeah, man. Looks so good.
I'm the big snowman who's passing right now.
Big snowman.
I'm standing right in front of the library and street side. Yeah. At the end of the viewing. I'm about 10 feet in.
Nothing
Yeah.
next, or oh, there's something.
Bye.
Keep your holidays safe and bright.
Designed by Alfred Alschuler, did a lot of church architecture. Very prominent architect. Notice it has an arch stamp and it faces the Michigan Avenue Bridge, opened in 1923. Now behind the cranes tower, you see a slender tower coming into view. That's called a Mather Tower. And that building's a little bit unusual because it has such a slender, elevated tower. And that tower at the max is 41 feet, 10 inches in diameter. Meaning that it's a little easier to bring light into the interior. If you're an architect, you're always looking to light the interior of the building. If it's to be a twin, the twins would be connected with a radio aerial, but that never came to pass. By the way, before the building...